everything is fine. Put on a smile, nod at the right times, and call that strength. But sometimes what looks like strength is just survival in disguise. And then one day your body, it just doesn't go along with the act. It starts asking for more than the world says you have time to give. More rest, more softness, more space to just be without proving anything. You start noticing it in the way your energy fades quicker in rooms that feel off, or how your heart races not from excitement, but from trying to keep up with a version of yourself that you don't even recognize anymore. And it hits you. Maybe peace isn't something you find out there. Maybe it's something you return to. A home inside yourself that got quiet while you were, busy being everything to everyone else. So you start listening more closely to yourself. You start saying no without feeling guilty, letting silence speak. And that, my friend, becomes your resistance. Not loud, not showy, just real.
I'm still not sure if I'm going to be posting this video in the first place, but I really needed to film and record this just in case I decide to post it and have this on camera. By the way, if you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Rich Love, and this is my YouTube channel where I share vlogs. At this point I share a lot of things, but that's not the point of this video. This video is for people that tend to neglect their health a lot of the time for one reason or the other, especially if you're from this part of the world in Africa where mental health, physical health, stress, and a lot of things are not taken very seriously. If you are currently battling with anything right now, I am sending prayers out to you. So today is the last day of May. Today's a Saturday. I just wanted to do a recap of everything that's been going on over the past month, especially over the past couple of days since I got my diagnosis, and just explain why I've been away from YouTube, if you care to know. And this is just also my way of documenting this process, or documenting this new aspect of my life. If you hear the background noise of anything that's going on, pardon me. For over a month I haven't been posting, I haven't been making videos. It got to a point where, and that's how everything started off, or at least that's what I thought. It got to a point where I started not wanting to make vlogs again. I was going through a lot of things that I couldn't explain. I was very confused. I was tired all the time. I felt weak in my body, and I had a lot of brain fog, especially when I was at work. And while all these things were going on, I also had to deal with some things in my life that I'm not going to be sharing here on my channel. I was mentally burnt out. Physically, I was tired, and I also had other things that I was dealing with. So everything just wasn't going well at that point in time, and I decided that maybe changing my environment would help me. Maybe moving somewhere else would help me at least for a couple of days. So I took some time off from work, and I went and I moved back home. I went to visit my sister for some time. So today is Wednesday. Today it's currently let me check the time. 10:08 p.m. The truth is, I've been needing some time off from a lot of things, change my environment and just get time to myself to think, do a few other important things. And that meant that I had to leave my space and move and come back home And I'm going to take this period to just reflect, do a few things that I feel are very important. And I wanted to film this part of the video because I didn't want to just, film and not talk about it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you tomorrow. I guess I was still trying to gain my strength. Apart from needing a mental break from everything, I wasn't in the mood to think about anything. I just needed rest because I knew my body was calling for rest, and that's exactly what I did. So on this day, I didn't have anything planned. Well, I usually don't have anything planned, but on this day, I didn't want to think about anything. So I had enough rest and prepared for the following day, which was, the day for the test. Let me just rewind a little bit. So when I started feeling tired, when I started feeling weak, I genuinely thought I was becoming lazy because it had gone on for quite some time. I didn't have energy to wake up in the morning after, sleeping for, a considerable amount of hours. I didn't have the energy to even open my eyes. I didn't feel like doing anything. I didn't feel like lifting anything. My space was something I wasn't proud of because I couldn't get around to doing basic things like doing my laundry, like cleaning my room, and it just affected me even more. Among all the things that was going on at this time, I also had other physical health related issues that were going on that I needed to see a doctor for, or I needed to get a diagnosis for. So I took this opportunity to go back home to also do that. And I went to get a few tests done, and the results came and it wasn't good. I kind of suspected it, but getting the diagnosis was worse than what I thought it would be, especially when I sent the test to the doctor and I had a conversation with him, and things started coming up, and what looked at that time, or what looked like I was now going to have to redesign and rethink and re-strategize everything in my life. So yeah, it wasn't a pretty time. It still isn't, because I'm still going through it. It wasn't a pretty conversation to have. And anyway, I don't want to overshare, but I feel like this is something I'm building up a point to, something that I feel like a lot of us really need to understand, which I am now getting to understand. So I got the diagnosis. I was very down. I didn't want to, initially I didn't even want to tell my parents, but I had to speak to them about it, and not because I didn't want to deal with it on my own. So I spoke with my dad. I think I spoke with my dad first, and then I spoke with my mom, and I spoke with my sister about it. So they were the ones that knew, and some of my friends, because at that time when I was going through it, I also spoke to them about the fact that I wasn't feeling okay and all that. So some of them called to check up, and I told them about a few friends, and I told them about it as well. Not, the entire thing, because I also don't want to overshare just like on social media. So they have an idea, but they don't have the whole picture. So during that time at my sister's place, I was just in a state of, I was sad. I didn't understand why this was happening to me, because with some of these things, you don't really, especially with things that we don't understand where or how they happen, with health related issues, because you don't see it coming, and suddenly, like, something that felt far away from you you are experiencing it. So I felt like life was being unfair to me, which it is. Life is unfair sometimes, but so after I spoke with a medical practitioner, he gave me options to choose from, and unfortunately all those options are just temporary fixes and all that. So I decided that I was going to do my own research and find out if there are other ways to reverse the situation. And I started doing my research, and mind you, I'm not like the unhealthiest person. You watch my vlogs, I try to exercise as and when I can. I do strength training. I lift weights. Why am I fumbling? I lift weights. I do cardio sometimes. I check my diet. Not the best, but I don't take in a lot of junk. I don't have ice cream. I don't do any of those things. So hearing this news it felt very unfair, because sometimes you can do all the healthy living thing or the healthy activities that people preach on social media on how to take care of yourself, and life still happens. Like, the universe in some funny way still decides to push this on you. Basically, what I'm trying to say by making this video is that if you're not feeling okay, especially if you're from this part of our world in Africa, where when you're tired, it's like, it's normal. When you are stressed, you don't really pay attention to those things because it's considered a normal part of life. Just take this from my story, or from what I have shared so far, at least the parts of my story that I want you to know, and understand that your health is the most important thing. Like, your life is the most important thing. Your work is secondary, your career is secondary, your marriage, your relationship, your finances, your YouTube, your projects, your anything at all is secondary. But your health, you see, that's like the most important thing. Go get yourself checked. And we don't have the practice here. If you're watching from a different part of the world, I don't know how it is over there, but in Africa, when you don't feel well, we don't have the practice of going for regular checkups. We don't have the practice of checking how our organs are faring, how our mental state is going. We hardly even do therapy in the first place. So coming from that or this type of environment, it can be very hard to take your health seriously unless your body starts to show you signs, and then you take it seriously, which by then might have been too late, or maybe too late for you to reverse or do anything different. Your body might not show you the signs, and that's when regular checkups are important. That's when going for regular checkups are important. Going for blood tests are important, so that you know exactly what's going on inside your body. I know sometimes life feels like there are more important things, but trust me, once your body starts speaking to you, once your body starts shutting down, once your body starts getting affected, you're going to leave everything and put that first. I just don't want you to do that when it's too late, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to make this video, or I know, first of all, this video is going to be all over the place. This video is going to be, because it's not planned. I initially filmed the first part of the video and I was like, you know what, let me just post it. And then the last minute, I didn't want to post it because I didn't want to overshare. I didn't want to put myself out there too much. So I felt like it was going to be cringy. It was going to be, you know, maybe the message wasn't going to be accepted. I was just overthinking that video or this video, because, and I still don't know if I'm going to post this, to be honest with you. And it's funny because on my other channel, which is my content creation channel, I tell my people all about not overthinking your content and all that. So I guess this is time for me to take my own advice. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much in this vlog or in this video, but yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. And going forward, I don't know what, you know, type of videos I'll be making, but maybe I'll be sharing that journey. Maybe I'll be sharing, you know, my journey to getting back to myself. Another thing I feel to add is that prayer is very important. That's something I have started getting back to, because I feel like once you lose hope, then there's nothing to go back to. And I feel like there's been situations, especially in the Bible. If you're not Christian, then maybe you can't relate, but I believe in the Bible, I believe in Jesus Christ, and there's situations in the Bible where people have been healed, people who had worst situations were healed, and I still believe that till this day miracles still do exist. And I'm going to also, I've been incorporating that into, you know, my healing journey as well, trying to seek God's intervention to heal me from any kind of sickness that is currently going on with me right now, which I believe is going to happen. But yeah, I'm taking regular precautions to go for regular checkups, and from now I'm going to be definitely putting that top of my list. And anything that is going to disrupt me, my body, my mental health, anything like that, I am going to take it out of my life. So yes, that's the whole point of this video. I just got back from the salon and I just had these mini twists installed. I think they look kind of okay. I think they look good. And this time around, I didn't go to that first hairstylist that I went to for the kinky braids. I decided to go with a different hairstylist, and I think this looks cute. It looks cool. It's been a while since I did anything like this, so I think this looks cute. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Just in case this video ends here, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, consider liking, comments down below if you're currently going through anything similar to mine. I'm sending out prayers to you as well. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.